Well, hello YouTube people, welcome back. Thanks for watching. This week's video is all about personal health and that I saved 2 old ladies. Today is day 47 of my 2,979 day mission to accomplish 10 mostly life-changing goals. If you haven't seen my old videos, you should go back and check that out, especially the day 16 video. It'll kind of bring you up to speed on what my goals are, or you can go into my website, briancrawl.com, and you can just read the post that has all the goals in it. So like I said, this week was all about health. I think it's like probably the most important goal that's on the list, because if I die, you know, you can't really achieve the other goals. So one of the goals is live healthy. You probably already know that I have gone 33 days now without drinking or smoking. No cheats, no little drinks or little smokes or anything like that. What's weird is I already feel smarter. I don't know. Anyway, that's been great. But like I've been sick since before Christmas. So it's been like almost 6 weeks that I've been in some way sick. Whether that be like having a cold or getting the flu, or just recently I had this chest infection. It seems like no matter what, I've been sick. And then on top of that, I was snowboarding and I fell down and I hurt my chest. And so the combination of all those things. So it's been, you know, getting sick. I felt like really lethargic and tired for like the last 6 weeks. Hurting my chest, stopping smoking, stopping drinking. Like it seemed like I needed to go to the doctor. You know, people told me I should go to the doctor, and I'm one of those people like, no, broken arm, throw some grass on it, get back in the game. So I called the doctor. I had my doctor's appointment on Tuesday. Side note, insurance sucks. I mean, I have Obamacare and that's been fantastic. I have a $75 copay. The whole visit cost me $150. I got a prescription, I got some lab work done. It's like $150 to go to the doctor plus what you're paying every month for your insurance. So I started talking to the doctor. She asked me like, well, how have things been? And it was like therapy. Listen, I'm getting my $75 worth for my copay, so I just took my doctor's appointment and smashed it into a therapy appointment. I was like, you know, hey, you know, I've stopped smoking. I did it because of this. I'm doing this new thing where I'm trying to accomplish all these goals. My diet sucked. I used to smoke a pack a day. I was over drinking. The house has been a little bit stressful because we went through some changes in the last year. Blah, 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 blah. She listened very, bless her heart. She listened the entire time. And then she did a quick examination, you know, looked in here, looked in there. Took my blood pressure, which by the way, my blood pressure was fantastic. So there you go. It was 124/83. That's like the blood pressure of a svelte 24-year-old. Anyway. So after my therapy session and my quick exam, she sent me to the lab, gave me a prescription, which is great. She gave me some antibiotic for my chest infection. It was like all kinds of tests. I mean, they were testing glucose, cholesterol, blood count, all this stuff. It was like 16 different areas that they tested. So I went on Tuesday, I got all the results back on Wednesday, and they don't call and tell you the results. At Kaiser, they send you an email and like, oh, your results are in, you can go look at them. So I look at the results, and I took notes the whole time. These are my notes. And they don't tell you what the levels mean. I mean, they tell you like what your level is compared to what's normal, but they don't say like if it's high, like what's happening. I do what you do. I go to Google and I search for all these different tests and what it means and how high they are and blah, blah, blah. And afterwards I was like, I'm gonna die. Tomorrow's it. The tests say tomorrow. I didn't, which was great. So I called the doctor and set an appointment, and we set a phone appointment for Friday, and she called in, and guess what? It's not as bad as what I thought. I have high cholesterol. My good cholesterol was low. My bad cholesterol was high, and my ALT, that stands for 3 words that I don't remember what they all are now, and I even just put ALT on this, so Google it. We all know cholesterol, it could lead to heart disease and things like that. ALT levels are have to do with your liver and the health of your liver. When they're higher, it could be caused by different things, hepatitis, drinking, like a virus or drugs. Anyway, long story short, she is going to give me time to try and bring those levels down. She thinks that with diet and exercise, let the effects of stopping drinking and smoking take effect. We'll see if those things start to come down. I was mostly concerned about diabetes. For some reason, I was really afraid that my glucose was gonna be really high or I was gonna have a problem. Turns out that's not even an issue, so I'm happy about that. All right, so let's get into stuff that I did this week to try and be more healthy. You should probably know, one, my chest infection is better. So that's gone. On Monday, I started a new diet and started to track my calories. This was like one day before I went to the doctor. Maybe I started it one day before I had my appointment just so I could say like, I'm doing things to change. For me, I don't have any portion control. I don't know, I know probably eating an entire plate of anything is bad. I needed a better idea of what I was eating, how many calories, and obviously I needed to eat better food. Not just counting calories, but making sure that the stuff I was putting in my face was good and nutritious. So I started tracking all my calories with MyFitnessPal. If you haven't used it, it's a great little app. I started a paleo diet. And if you don't know, it's a lot of people call it the caveman diet. I don't really view it as a diet. I view it as a way of eating healthy. The main premise of like a caveman diet is if it didn't exist when cavemen were around, you shouldn't be eating it. Meats and fruits, nuts. I ate an orange. Not just one, but several. I downloaded this other app called Eat This Much. It's a really cool app. It gives you menu ideas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The app only gives you ideas for meals based on the diet that you want to have. If you're a vegetarian or doing paleo. And then also you can tell it what foods you hate, like tomatoes. It's so gross, even think about it. Blah, 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 blah. Makes my throat feel weird. You can also tell the app how many calories you're eating a day. So I'm eating 1,600 calories a day. It keeps everything within that limit and it breaks up those calories over breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. So I've been really eating healthy for the last 6 days. Things have been really good. And I've been trying to eat foods that will hopefully lower my cholesterol. And I had a stern talking to my liver. I won't put a lot of beer in you anymore. And my kidneys were like, what about us? I'm like, okay, kidneys, you too. Here's another bit of good news. I have lost 11.5 pounds since December 31st. I remember weighing myself on December 31st and I was like, oh, that's elevated. I haven't really been to the gym and I just started eating better, so it's mostly because I stopped drinking. That's what I think. All right, I'm gonna end with a story. I'm not telling you this because I want some sort of like pat on the back or anything like that. I was at Kaiser, I was waiting for my lab work, and right as I was sitting there waiting to get called up, and I look up and I see two old ladies, and one of them is in a wheelchair and the other lady is pushing the lady in the wheelchair. And the lady who is pushing the lady in the wheelchair looks like she needs a wheelchair more than the lady in the wheelchair. I felt instantly really bad for them. One, because there wasn't anybody there like really able-bodied to help them, and two, and this isn't a dig on Kaiser, I really like Kaiser, but nobody was there to help them from Kaiser either. And I get it, man, they are busy, and I'm sure that it wasn't even a thought, they probably even assumed that somebody was there for them, but I could hear them talking. They were talking about going to the car. They were moving like this fast. I'm sitting there and I go, I would really like to help you. Would you mind if I got you a wheelchair? I'm talking to the lady who's pushing. So would you mind if I got you a wheelchair? I can push you both out to the street. I said, I used to be a skycap at the airport and I used to push 2 wheelchairs all the time. It's my superhuman power. It'll only take me a minute. I'll go find a wheelchair. I'll be right back. So just as I run off to go get a wheelchair, they're like, Brian? For my labs. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna help these ladies to their car, I'll be back. So I run, I get a wheelchair, put the lady in the wheelchair who was pushing the wheelchair, and she needed it. I mean, she had a difficult time even sitting in the wheelchair. We're all good. I get them loaded in and start pushing them through the medical center. I'm good at this, by the way, really good at pushing 2 wheelchairs at once, and the ladies are amazed. They're like, oh, wow. I can't, this is the fastest we've ever moved through Kaizen before. And I'm like, boop, 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 boop. It turns out that if they were parked farther than where they were in the lab, that I don't think it exists, because they were all the way at the end of the building. I mean, the farthest you can get. And then we get out there, the lady says, oh, that's my truck right there. It's like a Bigfoot truck. It's not like a little truck, it's like a bigger truck that's like 3.5 feet off the ground. And I was looking at her like, how, you couldn't even sit. Okay, so I took the one lady around to the passenger side. She got in pretty easily. It was a little bit of work. And then the lady who was pushing the wheelchair at the very beginning, she said, okay, well, I just need you to get me close and then help lift me out of the chair. I was like, oh, okay. I had this flash of like, hurting her. I'm not a healthcare professional. I pick her up out of her chair, and then she was, I'm gonna brace myself on the door and the side of the truck. I just need you to pick up my leg and put it inside so that I could get into the truck. You know what's going on in the back of my mind, right? Like, how would she have done this if I wasn't there? How did they even get inside? Pick up her leg, and then she says, and I just need you to give me a little push on my hiney to get me in the truck. So I did. I lifted her up, gave her that last lift inside, and she sits down. And then I ran around and closed the passenger side door and gave her her keys and sent her on her way. And all was right with the world. And then sprinted back to the lab to go get my own lab work done. They were the nicest ladies. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, it was nice just helping someone. How would they have done that? I mean, I'm sure they would have figured it out. They figured it out getting in, right? They would have done it, but how much easier was it that they didn't have to struggle all the way there? Second thing that went through my mind is, I don't think this lady should have been driving. Anyway, that's it. That's the story of how Brian saved two nice old ladies. That didn't really save them. I just saved them time. All right, that's it for this week. I'll talk to you later. Bye. What? Oh, that means the video's over.